microphone turned on? I'll turn it on. It's on. Lamala must have done it. All this way. I'm on YouTube. Okay, because I know I have to do the thing where I request the password. Just go to join it. Just go to the website, go to the calendar page for today, and then just re-register for this. People forget their registration all the time. Okay, so you can do it the same day. Yeah. In fact, if you do it, if you do it after we've already started the Zoom meeting, it'll just be you ready. Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. I didn't know that. Yeah. You can always. Yes, so it's on his way. You found it early, and I would do sound check. Yeah. Now you see why. But we got the benefit because you came in and we got to see. Yeah. That's good too. Oh yeah, that doesn't work. I'm sorry. You just have to come.
Hey Dan, how are you?
There you go.
Sorry, my video is off.
Hi, Rainey and Carmen and Dan and Paul, and who else is here tonight? Caitlin. I never get to say hi to everyone because Linda is so proficient on Zoom. So hi. Carmen, I hope you're having a good time. Are you there now in Colorado? Say hi to the mountains for me.
Hello, Hema and Patty. How are you? Geshe has arrived. In the Gold Prayer Book, please turn to page 35, and we'll recite the 7th Lamrim prayer together. Gosum gu pegone chatelo, Geshami tu cherti malupu, Tomene sadi tu tam cheshak, Kepage wanam la sheirang, Korwa maton pardu le june, Dola cherki korlo korwa dan, Da jengen an jan chup chen porngo. Now the short mandala offering on pages 97 and 98, and the request to turn the wheel of Dharma on page 98. Saji perki shushi meto tamni rabni shi ni degen padi sangye shindu mi te ua idoku namdak shila che pashok jetsun lama dampa kenam kichurku kala kense chu jintri jitar tsampe duje tsima la ya ye cherki char pawab tu sir idam guru ratamandala kamnirya tayami. Now turn to page 98, and Geshe will lead us in the refuge and bodhicitta prayer.
Sanje chodang soji chona Chanju Pandam Dagi Chishi Jipe Sunam Jian Dola Penju Sanje Chudan Soji Chanam Chanju Dagi Chishi Jipe Sunam Jian Dola Sanje Chudan Soji Chanam Chishi Jipe Sunam First, for my friend on Zoom, welcome back to class. Good evening. Looks like we are never going to finish the patient. Still on the patient, so today hopefully getting into the patients. Oh, come on. Michigan never change up. Like dealing with anger is not easy. So that's why I need a lot of information. All different ways to think, or to understand, like the best for yourself is not to get angry, not easy. No, anger is not just happen like that. It happens based on different causes and conditions. So therefore, need a lot of information to understand that getting angry is any circumstance is not good things. Not getting angry is not easy. So therefore, we need to have so many reasons why you should not get angry, why you should not get angry. So that's not easy. So that's why there's a lot of information here. From Shantideva's Guide to Buddhist Way of Life, chapter number 6 has the most page compared to other chapters. The chapter number 6 is more page because it's not easy. Of course, need mindfulness. Without mindfulness, we will not succeed. We need a lot of mindfulness, strong mindfulness. Nganzu susu nuzi chegen namchi chosu chamda nyingje chewale namya kundu lang mirungwa tansi. What it says, His Holiness Dalai Lama is saying, is the commentaries on the root text, Shantideva text, Guide to Buddhist Way of Life, chapter number 6. We should not get angry towards enemy. Instead, what we should do, we should generate loving kindness, compassion. Not easy, not easy. Best, that's the best. That is the best. That is the best. When your mind is occupied, like, so developing compassion and love, what it really means, it doesn't mean you build something, you can see. One of your thought become love. One of your thought become compassion. Based on not just mere belief, based on concrete reasons. So that love and compassion is developed based on this is like generate the love and compassion towards enemy is the result of precise calculations. What is best for you? So there's not just calculation, precisely calculated, produce the result. Best, not the easiest, but the best. Not the easiest, the best. Question, it is possible. It is possible. It's very possible. It is easy. It's not easy. Does it require a lot of meditations? Yes, it does require a lot of thinking, and to be consistent with thinking means meditations. Need to be consistent with the meditations. Then it is possible. It is possible. So these are I'm just adding those things up. The historians that I mentioned here, those are just adding up. Nganso us. When you are harmed, when you are disturbed, unfairly treated, or all kinds of things, like unfortunately, when that happens, when that happens, at that moment, yana tene tel jinji shewando jubashi yimila manju taji chugos. So what we need to do instead of quick reactions, that's also I'm adding this. So quick reactions, that's what we do. We react lightning fast. Our reactions are lightning fast. It doesn't give us a chance to think because you just already reacted. You didn't get that our reaction is lightning fast. It happened like fraction of a second. Doesn't it give you time to think? That's the truth for all of us. That's unfortunate. So instead, so now this is his holy word. Need to analyze. Analyze. Is this like is this human nature to harm someone, or that harm is causes based on causes and conditions? Time to analyze, but we never analyze. We could analyze, but that, as I said, it requires a lot of thinking, then being consistent with thinking and learning and generating wisdoms. So that gives you opportunity to analyze, take your time, breathe, take your time to analyze. Then that will postpone your reactions. It gives you more time to think. Tene minamla control lamba pentomelas. Alte nidej minam. So first you thought is the human nature, that's like nature. Then it doesn't make sense. If your conclusion is, oh, that's his nature or her nature. So then it doesn't make sense to get angry because you cannot change anything. If that is the nature, it cannot be nature. People change. If it's a nature, it cannot change the nature. That's the meaning of the nature. It just cannot change. It's the nature. So that's your first idea. Or is human nature, or is caused by different conditions. If your conclusion, oh, that's like human nature, so that doesn't make sense to get angry. Nothing can change. Tene minamji kaldeche, if that's the human nature, tene minam lo kono langwa pyondo, there's no benefit of getting angry. Kalde tene chelsimji chaju yinzi, if that's temporary thing, if it's temporary thing caused by temporary conditions, generally speaking, that's good news. That means could change. That means could change. It's not nature. It's a temporary. Tene nöze chebe jungi te ni minnam jirangji means whatever the actions, screaming, yelling, throwing things, now you realize that's not the nature, it's just temporary things. Tene tesimji, chujinji, ongi choice. This is like produced by a power of disturbing thought. Therefore, tete nganzu chosu control nganzu chosu control pendo means. So that's then you are coming down on the conclusions. Either way, there's no benefit. There's no benefit of getting angry. Either way, there's no benefit of getting angry. So you need a lot of information. The moment you get angry, then you are in pain. Shedang, sungusem chanas. It already went before that, maybe like beginning of the few, like still the beginning of the chapter number 6, or second sentence, or something like that. Shedang, sungusem chana. Shedang, anger. Sungu, pain. Sem, that's like painful mind. It is not physical thing. It's a mental thing. That's painful mind. Shedang sungu sem, thought, awareness of mind. Sem chang means harbor. If you harbor that painful mind, yini shiva nyamin, you will not experience peace of mind. Nimi hard to sleep, hard to get good sleep, hard to get sleep. Lose ability to judge means make a lot of mistake. Meaning make a lot of mistake. Probably end up making wrong choice. That's what it means. Losing ability to judge, ability to differentiate. What it means you lose or maybe end up making the wrong choice. That's very harmful for yourself. Physically, there's no physical comfort, it's gone. There's no physical comfort. There's no mental comfort. None of them is present, it's gone. It's gone. There will be no physical comfort, there will be no mental comfort. Kada dewa nimi hoji. Sheda sungu sem jana yini shiva nyami yos. Nimi hoji teme jus. Kada dewa mi wala. So then that's the something they need to understand before you reach to this point. You need to understand the drawback of anger. You need to understand that very clearly. So no matter what kind of circumstance, getting angry, there's no benefit. Very true, but it's hard. It's hard. It won't become easier by itself. Need to put effort, and think. Then getting better and better. Kalde nganzu mishiki nebachawa tsunja pyoje cheba inas. If that person used some kind of tools to harm you, either it could be piece of stick or rope or whatever, that might be. In reality, nganzu nebachekeni. So the stick is the one who hit the head. So now when you how is about the hand? So they're between nothing, other hand and your head. Sometimes now this here, there's something between other person's hand and your head, and there's a stick. There's three things. The one that hit, one that caused pain is the stick. It's the one that caused pain. Of course, the other person used. This all that for all of us. This is Shanti Devas, Master Shanti Devas, as a result of Master Shanti Devas' study, research, how to manage, how to control your anger. That's what it is. And he's sharing with us. That's how he managed probably anger, by thinking like this. Never directly, the stick is the one that causes pain. Indirectly, his or her anger, that's the one cause. Is that true? It's very true. There's nothing to argue. That's very true. The stick that lands on your head, that's cause. The person is pain because angry. When you are pain, you are not going to do anything good. How you can do anything good? It's possible, but even there's also hard things to do. She was never thinking immediately control this. Therefore, if you want to get angry, or I have to get angry, or I very much like to get angry, if you choose to get angry, if you feel like you have to get angry, then control the yana, then you should get angry with a stick or their anger. If you really want to get angry. So this, as I said, this is like Master Shanti Deva did total study, research, how to manage anger. And this is the idea, that method that he comes up, how to control your anger. So it might be helpful if you use the same thinking. It might be helpful. It could, more likely, it could prevent you to get in pain. Yourself get into deep pain means you don't angry. You don't get angry. That means you are free from pain. Either we should get angry to a stick or person's anger. Because of the anger, that person used the stick. Or not because of loving kindness, compassion, that's very clear. Because of anger, that person used the stick. If let's say, there's like hypothetical question, if that person has no anger, so the person is not going to, in the first place, the person is not going to use the stick, because that person has no anger. So that's not the case. If you separate anger, if you just set aside anger from the person, then the person will not hit you with the stick. If you set aside stick and the anger, that the hitting to you, it will not help, it will not happen. In the end, there's no object left to get angry. Anger is gone. You separated the anger and the stick from the person, so now whom you are going to get angry? These are all the result of total study, how to manage or control anger, which Shantideva considered as a pain, not just pain, deep pain. There's nothing left to get angry. Another reason why, how you say, why the harm was caused because of this body. If you don't have this body, if you have light body, rainbow body, if you someone hit a stick, there will be no pain because there's no physical body, After a person die, 49 days, they go into what you call intermediate state. They have body, they have body, but not like the solid. It's like form of light. If you see one, so maybe more like you are not going to see one. If you see one, if you throw, it won't hurt them. You just go through. There's another reason. So that's why I say a lot of thinking is needed. It's not like you are justifying other people's action or anger. You are not justifying that. You are just protecting yourself, that's all. You're just trying to protect your peace of mind, that's all. You learn reading, thinking. Master Shantideva's, chapter number 6 from the Guided Buddhist Way of Life. You'll gain so much knowledge. You are thinking, no matter what kind of circumstance, make sure that you protect your peace of mind. Make sure that you don't experience pain. That's your moral responsibility. So that's what you're doing. I should not get angry because I'm Buddhist. This is not, down the road is not much helpful. It's not much helpful. You have to understand. It's simply protecting my peace of mind, that's all. That's all. For the greater cause. Greater cause, for sure. If you can do that, it's for the greater cause. So, but it's very hard to understand. This is bigger part of complications. Within the human complication, there's many complications, dissatisfactions, not finding that you're looking for, losing loved one, encountering someone you don't want to encounter. Many complications. Among those complications, this very body is the biggest one. But that's very hard to understand. According to Buddhist teachings, suffering is not just pain, it's much more bigger, deeper than that. When you hear the word, when you read Buddhist teaching, suffering, it's not talking about pain, It's talking about much deeper. So, seeing this body itself as a complication is hard as seeing a hair in your palm. That's why I asked Sunday, if you have microscope, if you have microscope, maybe look. Probably there's hair. Probably you cannot see. Hard, not just cannot see. Very hard to see. Doesn't mean it's not there. It is there. There's hair in the palm. It's like hard as like this. Recognizing this body is a complication, recognizing that is hard as seeing hair on your palm. It's like that. Chipa lakti tabune duje dunga pumitos. Chipa lakti tabune duje dunga pumitos. That's what it says. Understanding this as a complication is hard as seeing a hair on your palm. That's what it says. Chipa lakti tabune duje dunga pumitos. 다 저는 티 전다 다게르 니가 동아 주인데 대전 다게르 중나 강실라네 초와주. Are you with Lamala? Do you see the stanza?
Yes. Stanza 43. Their weapons and my body both are causes of my suffering. They their weapons drew while I my body brandished. Who then is more worthy of my anger?
So this book's been written in what century?
8th century.
8th century. It's not just somebody did 2 years ago. No. This book's been written around 8th century. And we are studying this 21st centuries. That's many centuries ago. Commentary, His Holiness. Everything due, cause, conditions. Mangbo means not just one, many causes and conditions. That's how things happen. On simple way, you could say everything has reason. Simple way to say everything reason. Mangbo latini junga yindap, that's the fact. That is the fact. Let's say the anger, your anger has 100 causes. You are just getting angry to one cause. It's not fair. Doesn't make sense. If there's 100 causes, you're just picking one and getting angry. And you just kind of forget there's 99 causes or conditions. Oh. So it's not easy. It's not easy, but it is possible. It is very possible, but it's not easy. But not easy. As we discussed before, we have desire. Therefore, we get angry. Not having desire you could say big desire, big problems, small desire, small problems, no desire, no problems. You could say, so you could say that big desire, big problem. Small desire, small problem. No desire, no problem. But it's hard. It's hard. Or somebody say, "Oh, that's piece of cake." You just it's not true. It's not true. You know very well. Controlling anger is not easy. Somebody say, "Oh, that's piece of cake." Do this or jump into ice water. Stay there 5 minutes. You'll be free from anger. It's not true. It's not true. It's not that easy. It is hard. It's hard for everyone. Everyone. So you see in the news, you see everywhere. People getting angry all the time. It's not easy. It's controlling anger is not easy. Dagi lej now the root text. Dagi lej kul chenes. Dagi lej kul chenes. Dala neche namjunde tene simji nyadona dagi teda malakams. Get harder and harder. Min namji nganzo marunwa cheba tedan didani so. People being unreasonable, being like very annoying, very getting under your nerve, getting under your nerve, or getting under your skin. Nerve is below skin. It's harder to get in. Under your skin, yeah. Oh, get on your nerve under your skin. When all the people are doing this, all kind of things. Minnam jinganzo marunga chaba ditanis, all of that. Rani ji de simbe legitimures get harder. It's the result of your previous karma. The past karma. Yeah, so if people say, I don't believe that, I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. I don't blame them. I don't remember. I think if there's like how to say, you talk about beginning life. I have no clue, even one. I don't blame people. I don't blame them. But I'm not, closing your mind is not good things. You need to open your mind for the possibilities. You need to open your mind. If you close your mind, you limit the solutions. You very much limit the solutions. What you're hoping, happiness, peace, happiness. If that's what you're hoping, you should not minimize you should not limit the solutions. That's my point. You should not limit the solutions. If that's what you're hoping, happy, peaceful, you should not limit. You should not limit the solutions. You shouldn't limit the solutions. If you close your mind, then you limit the solutions. Then it's harder for you to overcome liberating yourself from anger. There will be less solutions to do that. Raniji desim legitimate. So yeah, even in this life, that many things that happen, you may not remember. Doesn't mean that does not mean it didn't happen. Long time ago, I said that long time ago. I said that in the sleep you fought in the sleep. You don't remember when, like what time, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. The result is there. When you wake up, you smell. Maybe wondering like your friend or maybe somebody else. That's the first thing you think, or maybe like somebody else. If there's few people in the room, that's the first thing that you think, oh, this is not me, somebody else. So like that, so it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. It did happen. You don't remember, doesn't mean it doesn't happen. It happens. So there are many things like that, many things like in life. You just think about your life. There are many things that happen, you don't remember, doesn't mean it doesn't happen in this life. So Raniji desim legitimate. Lenge debu sebe jutu nu jinge lamdo longba chinjelos. Jinge lamdo long. Undesirable circumstance. Jinge lamdo long. Turning undesirable circumstance into something positive. Jinge lamdo long. Make sense? Turning undesirable circumstance into something positive. Does that make sense at all? First place. Jinge lamdo long. It is possible. People, all miserable. Environments very unpleasant, toxic, unpleasant. You are there. Everybody in that room is not happy. Environment is kind of like very much polluted by displeasures, discomfort. You are there. It feels like you feel very overwhelmed. All this miserable, the environment, the being in that environment, you feel like it's like pouring down on you like rain. What do you do? Now that you are overwhelmed by this undesirable circumstance, either this related to the being, living being, none of them happy. So now, how to turn that circumstance into something positive? Require thinking, require deep knowledge. That's the point. If you see, something is exhausting, something refers to, the mind negative karma, big chunk of my negative karma is now exhausting. It's like finishing up. Meaning you no longer need to experience that. It's now finishing. The best way to finish is to with karma, lenge devosive jutun. You see now something is finishing up. That knowledge is very much needed in order to transform that environment into something positive. Guru Puja, Lamula, you remember the Guru Puja? Yeah, please can you say in English? Oh, that's better English.
LC 96, even if the environment and beings are filled with the fruits of their negative actions and unwished for sufferings poured down on me like rain, I seek your blessings to take these miserable conditions as a path by seeing them as causes to exhaust the results of my negative karma.
What is the title of that call? What is the title? Okay, so there's like transforming miserable circumstance into something positive. Lam means Kinge means there's miserable circumstance. Lam is the path. It's always refers to something good. It will lead to something, probably give you like, they are saying that you say like, every cloud has silver lining. So when you say that, what it means? What it means when people say, oh, every cloud has silver lining, what that means? What it means? Huh?
It means that there can be something good that comes out of something bad.
So in America, I'm not sure there's something good, what good, something that good, but that's, I think, pretty much same idea. Only God, I'm supposed to say something.
The point, the heading is 7-point mind training.
So, okay, then another analogy that I used a long time ago, I used paying a credit card bill. And nobody's excited. Anybody excited to pay a credit card bill? You can't say, I don't remember when I spent. I think you already spent because the bills prove that you spent that amount of money. It will be much, much better if you be more mindful when you are shopping. If you be more mindful, you will say less bill. You owe less. You spend more, then the bill comes, then I think the credit card company don't care whether you are happy or not happy. You have to pay. They are not really happy. They don't care. So what they care, they want your money you have to pay. So there's two minds that you can either pay happily because your debt is getting smaller, or you pay with a lot of anger. Doesn't matter. You pay. So that's what I'm saying. It's getting harder and harder. Sorry, my friends, all my friends here. It's not getting easier. But still, all for it doesn't mean you have to use every method. But why there's so many things? Because it's not controlling anger is not easy. That's why there's many different ways to think about. Or Raniji Des in village devotees. It's kind of interesting when you go to Nepal or India, Tibet, it's like it's just in their mouth. I'm not sure whether they really mean it or not mean it, but that's what they say. When they have good time, they say, oh, it's like the blessing from Buddha Dharma Sangha. That's what they say when they have good time. When they are going through some problem, they don't blame, oh, it's my sister, it's not my, they don't say that. They say, oh, it's my karma. I'm not sure whether they really mean it or not. That's what they say. It's kind of interesting, like, there's even a saying in Tibet, Kina Lama Kunju do not sing it lyrics. So if you're having a hard time, that's due to your previous karma. That's what they say. There's also saying, there's expression also in Tibetan. There are people, they say, like, but here in the West, you don't hear that quite often. You don't hear. So, do you hear? They say, I'm not sure. Like I'm not sure what they say. Maybe they, whom they give the credit. So anyway, so it's kind of interesting mentality, interesting way of thinking. Like. Even the beggars, the poor people, like when you say, oh, like, of course you come from America, then you see their lifestyle, their way of their living, you do sympathize, like, how you can live like that? I can't like think living like that. And I feel very sorry. No, Gila, not to be sorry because no, that's our previous karma. That's like, I'm not sure do they really mean that or like it's just passed down orally by generation to generation. So now for we need to think if it does that, what it does for you, What's the difference between blaming the karma or blaming your husband, your children, your family, your country, your president? What's the difference? What is the difference? So that's what we need to compare. Blaming karma, blaming someone else, the worst case scenario, blaming yourself. That's the last thing you should do. Last thing. Yeah, because sounds like we are programmed to blame someone. We are kind of almost like pre-programmed to blame someone. If you blame karma, karma doesn't talk. You can see, first of all, you cannot really touch. So need to think, what is the benefit? What is the benefit? What is the benefit? Well, I was lied by somebody. If you blame the karma, maybe I lied to that person in previous life, that's why that person is lying to me. If you think like that, what's the benefit? What's the benefit? You realize that, okay, now if that's the case, I should not lie. If I lie now, the death is not dead end, it's a detour. Death is not dead end, it's detour. So then when the goes round, so then now the thing is, what's the benefit? What is the benefit? You don't have to believe because Shantideva says, so no, you don't have to believe. You have every right to analyze. You have every right to question, analyze. Now what is the benefit? Now I was lying and you are angry. When you get angry, your peace of mind is long before gone, you are in pain. That doesn't help much. So now, blaming that person probably, then argument will go on and on. So if you blame, I probably lied to that person. That's why that person lying to me. Maybe my word has not much weight because probably previously I've been lying. So that's why nobody now really trusts my word. So now I should be more mindful not to lie if I really want people to trust my word. What's the benefit? If you feel that you are victimized by your karma, so then you don't understand karma. So then that thinking is not helpful. Just forget. It's not helpful. Not very helpful. If you feel like victim of karma, if you feel like there's nothing you can do, so then you don't understand. You don't understand that section of teaching at all. Just forget it. You may either say, or somebody say, oh, that's your karma. Oh, that's very misunderstanding of karma. Teaching of karma is here to liberate you. From where? From problems, from suffering. That's what the karma teaching is for. Because of the karma teaching, you are suffering more, that you your understanding of karma is not correct. That's why you say someone, oh, like that's your karma. What do you mean that's your karma? Like, it's not, it's for you to think, it's not to use on someone else. It doesn't help. You don't understand. So, so now think about, okay, because you are smart. All of you are educated. You can read, you can write. People in some part of, like most part of Tibet, Nepal, India, they cannot really read and write. Like my poor parents, they cannot read, they cannot write. So you are not like that. You can read, you can write, you can educated. Generally speaking, people in the West is very much educated. I think literacy rate is very high, very much educated. You can read and think. So think, blaming someone, then, blaming karma, which one's a better choice? Which one's a better choice? So that should not close your mind, should you keep your mind open for any possibility, keep your mind open. Because complication that we experience is not easy to deal. We all have wish to overcome, but it's not that easy to overcome. It requires many reasons, many knowledge to understand, why this is happening, why this is happening. Lamrim, you read the stanza? Dagi lechi kulchina. Next one, please.
Yeah. 47. Those who harm me come against me, summoned by my evil karma. They will be the ones who go to hell, therefore am I not the one to injure them.
Yeah, when you have time, please read Shantideva's root text and think. You don't have to believe anything. Just read and think. Think, will this help me to overcome from my anger? Will this message help me if I use this practice? Will this help me protect from my anger? If the answer is yes, then need to read again. Think. Minnamji nganzu maruwa chabate rani ji debe de simbi leji debu res. Le thada ki dawo kulni nganzu nizi chaba res. Cho dini shena dawo nganzu neba chaba mayimba nganzu dawo tsawa chi chaba des. Nganzu chebe tsebe le thada ki jembe kunzu maomba dunga nyongjos. Yeah, this is all different set of thinking. Don't just think that you are the only one who's been harmed. Don't just focus there. Sit back, think a little bit bigger. Think from the bigger pictures. So that person is going to suffer. It's only a matter of time. Because of that action is not, no matter what kind of circumstance, the wrong action is wrong. Never justify. It's wrong. There'll be result. Even though you say, I forgive you, you can't really forgive the result. That person will experience result unless that person purifies. So, the different way of thinking, or the worry that you are causing them more suffering. In generally speaking, that's true, because that person is angry and causing you pain. Yeah, that action has result. That action has result. For example, this. For example, you don't like to walk. You don't like to walk, long walk. You don't like to take long walk. But someone needs help. Then you don't mind if that person is dear to you, then you don't mind to take that person long walk. Then you kind of like, your walk has purpose, meaning. You're thinking they're helping someone. So because of that power of the mind, it makes it kind of easier for you to walk. In the airplanes, when you hit like what do you call turbulence, everybody's afraid. The person next to you is more afraid than you. Then you are busy making sure that person is calmed down. It can ease your feeling. That's the power of care that can ease your pain. Power of compassion ease your pain. Power of love ease your pain. But that's what we are. That's not we are taught. We don't believe it's like weakness. Loving kindness, compassion, that's weakness. No. In the Western world, the psychology, do they suggest you to express love and compassion? Or they always encourage you to express anger? Helping others very much sounds like there's nothing for you. Actually, there's tons for you. Because we all experience different occasions. It's not like I never experienced. That's not true. We do experience here and there, not all the time. So then we'll be liberated, not all the time. But we have experienced. Never Jacobsa. If somebody is harming you, another way of thinking. So that person is giving you opportunity to practice patience. But we don't think like that. We just talk about patience. We read about patience. We talk about patience. We give lecture about patience. We don't practice patience. That's the truth. That's not good. You don't practice patience when you have everything going so smoothly, enjoying, like sipping like cup of coffee, eating cheesecake or chocolate chip cookie. Why you need patience? You don't need patience. When you need patience, if somebody is bothering you, then you need patience. Why? Otherwise, you're going to lose your peace of mind. That's why you need patience. So now, it is possible, but the question is, did you ever think like that? Oh, it's giving me opportunity to practice patience. It's very hard. It seems like almost impossible. Because we don't think in daily basis, we don't think like that. It's hard because you are not recharged. Your power is all drained out, not recharged. The very purpose of recharging is to use. So that's exactly what we do on daily basis. Saying prayer, meditation, you are charging yourself. So you are thinking you may need it sometime. So in this regard, it's true, right? It's giving you opportunity to practice patience. Then how come that we can think like that? The question is, how often you thought about that? How often? The question you say, how come that I cannot think like that? There's another question, right? It's not your only question. There's another question. How often you thought about that? There's another question also needs to be answered. So they say, not really. I never thought about that. That's why it's very hard because you never thought about that. And how in the world that you're thinking now you can do right there, that minute, without having any experience. It's not fair. Then how come it's that I never did that? How come it's, another question. When somebody asks questions, you don't need to answer all the time. Sometimes you ask questions, that question will answer the questions. Understand? Sometimes you say nothing, that is the answer. You don't have to answer like Chidang, Shakba, Lungtempa, Chidang. Question, ask another question, that question to be answered. That's one way to answer questions. Usually, what is this? Oh, this is a prayer wheel. That's generally speaking how we answer. Sometimes you need to ask questions about questions. That's one way to answer. Chidang, shock, say nothing. That's answer. Long term means prophecy. That's probably one way to answer. It's mentioned by Maitreya Buddha in like ornament of killer realizations in that text. I remember chapter number 8 or something there. Long term. Otherwise, it's not fair. Why we are having problem? Why we are suffering? Why? Somebody decided you to suffer? Why we are experiencing complication? Why? The big question, why? Now time is over. What time is it? Yeah. 1 hour is enough, 1 hour. Yeah. I think 1 hour is. So it looks like, I'm not sure when we are going to end the patience. Doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. First, let me check one more time when we are going to finish the patience. I even want to know. It's been many classes now. 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4 page, 5 page, 6. I should look at the index. Please bear me with 1 minute, okay? 1 minute. I want to find out. So what there was a jada chukchin, jada ngabjunga juice, Tik, ni, sum, shi, na, tuk, di, ki, gu. 9 more page. More patience needed for patience. More patience needed for patience. Okay. Oh yeah.
Okay, now turn to page 235 through 236, and let's recite stanzas 1 through 5 of the dedication prayers. Gewadi nududa lama sangye tukyune doji kya malupa deyi sala Janchu Sencho Rinpoche, Ma Ke Panam Ke Gyuchi, Ke Anyam Pame Payo, Gone Gondu Pewa Sho, Champa Pawo Jita Kempada, Kudu Sampo Deyan De Jinte, Deda Kungi Jesu Dalochi, Gewa Dida Tanche Raptu. Dusun shepe gewa tanje ki, ngawa kala chodu ngapade, dashe gewe tsawa di kunkyang, sampo cheche raptu ngawa gi. Dagi shine sape gewa di, tendan doa kunla kampeda, chepa jetsun lo sanda pai, Tempe Nimpo Rindu Sao Sho. Now the short, long life prayers, 244, for His Holiness. Kandira we kore shingam de pendan dewa malu shungwene shenre ziguan tenzing yatso yi shabe sinde padu tengyu chi. Page 245 for Sarah J. Kinson Rinpoche Jetson Lo Sandal. Jonu ye nala onjo tu awa tare tsemba razopa lo sangewe de don le pelcho shase gengyo lama soa de. And then the back cover of the Gold Prayer Book for a prayer for the swift return of Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Peerless teacher and assembly of the children of victorious ones, Shravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas, victorious Losang father and sons, along with the lineage masters, all the objects of refuge in the infinite lands, please bestow the virtue and goodness of accomplishing this prayer here and now. Holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teachings through explanation and practice, you wore the armor of patience that is never discouraged. Incomparable Venerable Guru, to you I make request. While striving single-pointedly for the sake of the victorious one's teachings, the whole sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness emerge, and from other living beings you suddenly departed to peace, what a great loss. Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truth of the blessings of the ocean of the three jewels and the great waves of bodhicitta of the children of victorious ones, may the smile of a reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for fortunate disciples. And then 7 Tara mantras for Geshe and Geshe Sangpo's long, healthy lives. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 Om Tare Tu Re Soha.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. Have a wonderful night. Thank you all my friends on Zoom and YouTube. Have a wonderful night. So, okay.
Thank you, Geshe.
Good night, everyone. Don't forget, if you're local, we're celebrating His Holiness's birthday on Sunday, July 2nd, and so there'll be a big party here. Feel free to join. And the actual birthday is July 6th, so hopefully we'll see you then. Good night, everyone.